Hey, what's up, my friends? Happy Wednesday. Excuse me. I had some allergies and cough. Every once in a while, throat gets all tightened up again. Well, I haven't had a live stream since my Tunnel Hill live stream, so give an update what's going on. So last week I was traveling, went through Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, visiting customers, and then the end of the week I ended up Illinois, Vienna, Illinois, where Tunnel Hill is. I was sick all week with a bad cough, but it was okay. I was fine by Friday, and I stayed in Marion, Illinois, which is about 20 miles away. If you ever do that race, the best thing to do is just get a tent, stay out there. They have a real nice park. Actually, the race is really well done, very well organized. They even give you a program like a football game with all the information in it. Really well run race. The weather was a little bit cold, but not too cold. And the course was really beautiful, flat. But I only made it 26 miles, the marathon. It's basically broken into 4 sections. And I felt fine. Pace was good. Sustainable for the first marathon. It's just my hips started really hurting. And after some testing this week, I'm not sure if it's my hip or not. Maybe just the muscles around my hip, which I'll get to in a minute. But I ended up dropping out. I probably could have hiked it, but it would have taken me all 30 hours, and it would have been miserable. Plus, I wanted to get home. I want to do the race on my terms. I mean, jogging, some hiking, okay, but I wasn't about to hike for 75 miles. I've been long and miserable, and I wouldn't have got back till Tuesday. I ended up getting back on Sunday because it's about a 9-hour drive back. But a really nice event. But it's just kind of the same. 2025 has been really a shit year for me, ultra-wise. Too many DNFs. Of course, a lot of the courses are really difficult ones. But I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to do 100 milers anymore. I'm just going to, updated my YouTube channel about it already. I'm going to focus on 200-mile events, which are more like project races. You can do a lot of hiking, jogging. You got plenty of time. Plus, I really enjoy those more. 100 milers, even when I was at my best, 27, 28 hours, 2 hours to spare. It's just balls to the wall the whole race. Always chasing cutoff times. It just never was very fast. I mean, I didn't start until my late 40s, so it is what it is. But anyways, I may do 100 miler next year that I paid for already, next fall, but I have the Cocodona 250 in May. I think I'm gonna do some short races, maybe some 15K, 20K, just to kind of get an idea about my hip and also use them as training runs. Just get some finishes on my ultra sign up. This year has been total shit. I mean, only the last finish I had was January 1st. I finished a 100 miler. So definitely my worst year of all 6 years I've been ultra running. But anyways, this week I've been testing out my hip. There's some very good YouTubers. One of them is called Milton Chiropractic, and he's a PT also, and he's got like 1 million followers. He really knows what he's talking about. He's got one video on where you run all kinds of tests to see what's wrong with your hip, and then he has strength exercises at the end. Hey everybody, thanks for joining. Anyways, I ran the test. One interesting thing is, if you truly do have a hip problem, like mechanically, it's gonna hurt in your groin area. And I don't have any pain in my groin area. You basically lay down and you turn your ankles in. If you're sitting in a chair, you're holding your legs out. If you can turn your ankles in all the way without any pain or any issue, there's nothing wrong with your hips. It's all muscle related. You know, it's not mechanical. So he had another test to see if the hip muscles were too tight, and he had a couple tests, but the main test is you sit in a chair and you put one foot over the other knee, and you see if you can bring your knee down parallel. And mine's like at 45 degrees, both sides. So definitely muscles are too tight in my hips, which could be causing me problems. I mean, it sounds like a solution, but I really think my hips were always that way. Maybe they've gotten a little bit worse, or maybe now it matters more than it did before. So I did that. I spent about 45 minutes doing those exercises last night, and he basically, you had to do them every night or every day. So gonna be doing hip mobility exercises with my push-ups, and I think I'm gonna start doing yoga. I've got a lot of yoga classes on my phone. I've just never done any because it's part of iFit. I'm just trying to try to work out with mobility, try to work out what's causing the soreness in my hip. So do some races in the next few months, continue my strength training. That's why I renamed my YouTube channel, and now it's Richard Lifts and Runs Trails. I was doing a lot of strength training all year long anyways, and putting a lot of focus on that. Basically powerlifting for bench press, because I want to get my bench press up to 315. I mean, it's like 230, 240 right now. I'm getting it up again. It'll probably take me another year to get there. And I'm trying to build up my son's bench press because he's a linebacker. So I'm trying to get my daughter into powerlifting too. They're gonna do all three, deadlift and squat and everything else, but I'm just focused on bench press. Plus I'm gonna get a new piece. I'm gonna get another piece of equipment. I'm gonna reorganize my gym. I'm gonna order a SSB bar, which is safety squat bar. I might start doing a little bit of squatting with that. Regular squat bar, I just can't get my hands back there. They invented the SSB bar for this, and so excited about that. I'm gonna be rearranging my gym. Started doing some stuff already, but I gotta replace the shocks on my washing machine. Things shaking everywhere. I bought those before I left on my trip. I gotta pull it out and pull those out. It basically keeps the bin stabilized. And then I gotta replace the purge valve on my car. That's a gas fume purge valve. I had that, it was bad before I left, but it doesn't really affect it unless you have a full tank. It regulates the fumes going back and forth. So I bought the parts for that. Only thing, I had to buy a heat gun because you gotta use heat shrink tube to put it back in. It's only like a $25 part, but very commonly goes out on Fords, of course. It's just like the air valve that goes out. I replaced that a few weeks ago, which is working well now. I get to use all the functions on my air conditioner again. That thing was out for like 12 months. I had the part, I just lazy to do it. I had to take part of my dash apart, pull the passenger seat out. But now I just need to replace the purge valve. Once I get past these two projects, I also need to do some painting on the house. So pretty busy. So I'll keep training with hiking, some light jogging, and at least an hour of mobility, stretching, yoga, push-ups every night. I kind of earmarked, before I go to bed, I do those. I take my magnesium, vitamin D pill, which helps you sleep a lot better. and some of my other supplements. And then I do those, then I go to bed. Another thing I started back again is back on creatine. I stopped taking it for a few months because I was trying to lean out as much as I can, but it maybe kind of backfired on me. I don't know. I'm also doing a high dosage. I mean, normal people, they do 5 grams. I'm doing 10 grams. And the reason I'm back on it, yeah, it can add a little bit of water weight, but that's what I want. It adds water to your muscles, and my idea is that I can add water to my muscles that are in my hip. Maybe it'll help. So that's my goal. That's my goal with the creatine. So, and I'm also started taking Perfect Amino. I actually started doing it a couple weeks ago. It's like 4 tablets a day. Learned about that from Peter Attia and Gary Brecker were talking about it. It's like a must do. You basically take these and you get all the aminos that you need for muscle building in 4 pills basically. Because you can get a lot of aminos from eating different things, but these 4 pills basically have every amino you need. I think it's like 9 essential aminos. Yeah, start doing that. I'm continue to do that. We'll see how it goes after a few weeks. If I don't get some, I mean, like I'm hiking, walking right now. I don't feel any soreness in my hip right now at all. But if I start jogging, I feel something. So I guess got to work it out, figure out what it is. Got to really work on strengthening my hip muscles, stretching them and strengthening them. Exercises for both. And hey, thanks everybody for joining. That's my plan. I got to get it better. If that doesn't work after a few weeks, I may try like BPC 157 or something. I bought some before. I just never used it. Everyone swears by it. It's basically a peptide for healing. I've never used it, but I may do it this time if I can't find a solution. But movement and just do some light jogging, I should say, not running. But I think I've got my endurance, my VO2. I'm good, but I just got to get, 58 mechanically, not so good anymore. I got to fix these problems. I keep dealing with injuries, so I may even try a different shoe. I've got my new Speed Goats, but Ultra has got a new Olympus that came out. It's Olympus 240. It's basically their highest end model now. It's basically the Olympus 6, which I actually gave a bad rating for. I know they don't like me anymore. I basically had a do not buy on my video. But they have taken the Olympus 6 and they put a sock liner in it and they changed the upper. And it looks like they changed some other things too. And it's instead of 360 grams, it's 310 grams. That's at a size 9. So they made it much lighter too. And most of my years at running ultras, I wore ultras. Mostly Olympus version 3 through version 5. I wore 3 different pairs of version 5, and then Olympus 6 came out. They screwed it up, so I stopped wearing it. Started wearing more Speed Goat. I was wearing Speed Goat before, but I went to 100% Speed Goat. So I'm kind of wondering if that will make any difference, because 6mm drop, or 4mm drop, I think it is on the... Anyway, the Speed Goat ride is much different. And I remember my foot doctor said, don't wear Speed Goats. So, I don't know. I'm just getting attacked by bugs tonight. I don't know why. Thinking about trying that. I'll try them out. If I don't like them, I'll return them. So, got a couple things I'm working on. Getting noisy. All the race cars. All the race cars coming in. People coming home from work. Just can't wait to get home and sit on the couch and watch Netflix, I guess. Yeah, it's almost dark here. So that's what I'm working out. Also went to the dermatologist today, and unfortunately had one pre-cancer here, a really big one. And same place I had one before. He nuked it with, freezed it off with that gas. What was it, hydrogen? liquid hydrogen or something. He did the same thing today, but he nuked it twice. He's like, man, I got that one in the same place before. I could feel the burn. You can see my face all red. I mean, he froze it so much that it felt like he was melting my skin. I've known him for a couple years. He's like, are you okay? I wasn't making any noises or anything, but he's like, he knew he was frying my face. And then I had one small bump on my eyebrow line. I don't remember it being there before. It could have been. He was looking at it. He goes, yeah, I see something there. I'm not real sure what it is. He even looked at it under the scope. He goes, let's just freeze that one off too. So he nuked me above my eyebrow too. So cancer trying to get me again. Or pre-cancer as they call it. Basically, if you don't take care of them, it'll turn into cancer. And that's what happened last time. I had one down here. I had pre-cancer for a long time. I thought it was just dry skin. If you ever have a patch on your face, or anywhere, but mainly on your face, that's dry and never changes, like, it's easy to think it's dry skin and maybe it's from shaving or something, but if you have a patch on your face that's dry and never changes, that's pre-cancer. You got to get rid of it because it will change into a cancer that cause you a lot of problems. The one I had down here changed into basal cell, and he had to cut open my whole damn face, and that sucked. So every time I see something even questionable, I go to see him. So basically I go see him every 6 months unless I see something. So yeah, liquid nitrogen, yeah. So that's what I did. It's no joke, man. You got to take care of your skin. You know, it's the largest organ on our body. And if you get cancer, people think skin cancer is not a big deal, but it is. It can kill you. Especially if you get squamous cells that are not treated. I've never had a squamous cell. I've only had a basal cell, which is also can do bad things to you. So, anyways, wear sunblock, take care of yourself, and go to a dermatologist regularly. Because what he does is every time I go there, he takes pictures of me. He's got like 3 years of pictures. He's like, today he was looking at something on my back, and he's like, told the nurse, pull up the pictures from before, see if that was there before, and it was. So they're very organized, and they got software to organize all the pictures and everything and check it. I don't know, they might be using AI, I don't know. But anyways, but that's the plan. So focusing on Cocodona, which is exactly about 6 months away, and gonna build up my miles again, mostly hiking, but hell of a lot of mobility exercises and weight training. We'll get there. But 100 milers are behind me. I'm just gonna focus on the really long stuff, 200 mile plus projects, maybe some FKTs, which are free. I wanna do some long runs in my area. I'm just tired of traveling very far to races. You know, it's just difficult when you have a family. You know, you gotta drive there, drive back. It could take a day. If you have young kids and stuff, it's tough. So I'm gonna focus on races in Texas. Just do one big race a year in Arizona or wherever it is. I really hope that they'll develop a 200 miler in Texas. I've talked about it a long time, but it doesn't look like anybody's gonna do it. Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna stop the live stream. Hope everybody's doing good. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.